Hey guys, we are back in my kitchen, and this week my husband is out of town. He's already back by the time you guys are seeing this, but he is out of town. My kids have sports and, you know, on top of homework and all the normal things that go on, my husband and I always split up the nightly duties. However, this week he's out of town, so it all falls on me to take care of everything. So what I decided to do was take just a couple hours in my kitchen at the beginning of the week and get some dinners ready. That way, when it comes to feeding everybody, it's not much of a hassle, it's not time consuming, and it is all done for me. Well, not all, but mostly done for me, just to save a little time. So that is what I'm sharing with you guys today. I am meal prepping what I can for dinners for my kids and I for this week. So let's go ahead, take you down to my counter and get started. I am going to start by getting some spaghetti sauce going, or meat sauce is what Kira likes to call it. So this is her recipe that is in our first cookbook together. I didn't even realize that I painted my nails and it matches our cover. So I have made this once before, but it was a few years ago. So I'm excited to get this made and have it in my freezer for when we want just a quick pasta night or anything that I want some sauce with. So I've got all my ingredients out here, but like I mentioned, she does have a video on her channel. If you guys want to check her channel out, I will have it linked down below, but it is also in our cookbook, which is always in my Amazon store. That is also linked down below. And then I have the fresh items here prepped and ready to go.
I'm on the train headed back to Indiana. The rain is forming into rivers outside, writing down all the things that I miss, and in the letters you take form. No, I won't go back tonight with the habits of the restless me. I'm leaving all that stuff behind. We can start all over in our hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing. I'm impatient just to see how you make everything fall into place.
Okay, now that I've got my meat, garlic, and onions cooked, I'm adding in the tomato sauce and some water. Let's give this a stir. We're going to add in some basil and Parmesan cheese. You can use the grated one also. I just happen to have this fresh cheese. Garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, sugar, bay leaves, and then a little salt and pepper. Okay, I'm going to mix all of these seasonings into the sauce and meat, and we're going to let this simmer for about 90 minutes. All right, while that, my kitchen is a hot mess right now, but while that is cooking the sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and start on dog food. And I'm trying a new recipe out for my dogs this time, and I'm going to be using 3. I'm gonna have a lot of dishes, but anyway, we're gonna cook some brown rice in our Instant Pot. I dumped this whole bag in there. It's 16 ounces because I am making the dog food for the entire month, so I am set. So I've got all that brown rice in there, and then I'm adding in, a smidgen over 4 cups of water. I'm just gonna use my finger and give that a little stir, get all the rice wet. Now, brown rice does cook longer than white rice, so I'm not going to be using my rice button. Let me make sure. Nope, that was venting, so I want that to be sealing, not venting. I'm not going to use my rice button. Instead, I'm gonna keep it on high pressure. I'm gonna go up to 18 minutes, and then I will come back and do a quick release. While the rice is cooking, or the pot is coming to pressure, I am melting some coconut oil in my skillet here. All right, and now I've got 5 pounds of ground turkey in here. It's still a little frozen in the middle, so this is gonna take a little bit, but I'm just going to keep it on medium heat until it's pretty thawed out, just continuously moving it around so it can cook thoroughly. But I was originally gonna do just the 2.5 pounds, one package of the ground turkey, but I was like, you know what, I've already got it. Why not just go ahead and cook all of it right now? And that way I don't have to come back later in the month or towards the end of the month and make any more. I will be good for much longer. So while this is gonna take a little bit longer to cook up front, it is going to save me some time later on in the kitchen. Okay, I wasn't sure all of this was going to fit in my crock pot since I decided to double it, but I think it will work. So I've got my cooked turkey in there, my cooked brown rice. Now I'm adding in 1 can of peas with all the juices, and I roughly chopped 4 carrots as well as 2 zucchini. I'm going to do my best to stir all of this up and just get these veggies mixed into the meat and rice. All right, definitely a full pot. I'm gonna go ahead and get the lid on, turn it on low, and I'm just going to let this cook while I'm getting my meal prep done today, and I will just check it every hour or two, and I just want to wait until the veggies are a little more on the soft side for the dogs to eat. Now I'm going to just go ahead and prep 2 super easy, well, 1 meal, but I'm gonna double it up. So I have 2. This week is extremely busy for us with sports and my husband's work. So I wanna go ahead and make as much as I can for like dinner components ahead of time. And by just prepping some freezer meals, one of these we will have later on this week, and then one will be in the freezer for next time. So I'm just gonna make a super easy chicken broccoli Alfredo. Boom, 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 3 ingredients. You can serve this over noodles, over rice, plain as it is, whatever you want. You can also add bell peppers and mushrooms. I know a lot of people do that, but my kids are just not huge fans of those just yet. I can hide peppers in a lot of dishes, but as far as mushrooms and the peppers in this, they pick them out, so I've just stopped adding them in. So I do have 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts here. They are on the huge side, so I'm only gonna put 2 in each bag. 1 jar of Alfredo sauce is going in each bag, and then I have a 16-ounce bag of broccoli that I'm just gonna put half of it in one bag, half in the other. My bags, my bag holders, which are fantastic when I'm doing more than 1 at a time. And where's my Sharpie? Gotta find my Sharpie so I can label my bag first.
I'm the first one to get off at the station. There's something in the air that I can't place, and now I see a silhouette in the dark. It's like time has stood still. I'm gonna hold you tighter this time around. Now feeling like I need to escape. The world outside only made me numb, 'cause I just wanna be here in our hometown, running free. It could be everything that we were chasing.
All right, quick and easy. Now, this is only 3 ingredients. You could totally just throw this in your crock pot in the morning if you wanted to, and it would still be super easy. Definitely a dump and go, but I just love having things in the freezer that I can pull out the night before and just dump everything in. I don't have to worry about getting different ingredients out. I already know that I have everything, like on the whim that I want to make something different for dinner. So that is one of the reasons why I love freezer meals, even if they are, like I said, 3 simple ingredients. Okay, apparently I was not recording. I'm just trying to multitask today. So I took a break after I prepped those freezer meals and I got a few other things done around the house. So my hour and a half since I started this sauce is up. I just added some tomato paste, and now I'm also adding some water. I'm going to give this a stir and let it simmer for another 30 minutes. Okay, now I am getting a head start on dinner for tonight, but I'm making a little bit more so I can go ahead and have plenty of extras for the freezer. So I've got 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna let that melt in my skillet. I've added in 2 packages of ground beef, which is a little bit over 2 pounds based on the packages that I have. And now I'm going to add some garlic powder, and I just sprinkle it all over the top. I never measure. And onion powder. And I'm going to cook this until completely browned. Okay, and now that my ground beef is done, I am going to turn this into sloppy joes. And my favorite recipe is the Pioneer Woman's recipe. So I will have hers linked in the description box in case you guys have never made it and you want to try it out. It is super yummy. So right now I am just adding in some freshly minced garlic, and there's still some garlic left over from Kira's sauce. So I'm just going to add all of this in, along with 1 diced onion and 1 diced bell pepper. So this is one dish that I have found is super easy to hide bell peppers in. My kids have no idea. They don't mess through it to pick them out because they're hidden by the bun, you know? So I always add the bell peppers, but if your kids don't like them, you do not have to add them in, but it definitely adds a super yummy flavor. So I'm just going to cook these for a couple minutes to let them soften. I'm gonna add in the rest of the ingredients. 1 cup of water, 1.5 cups of ketchup. In her recipe, she just says W sauce, which is what I like to call this, to taste. So I just kind of lightly sprinkle it all over the top. Red pepper flakes to taste. I go easy on these because my kids don't like super spicy stuff. Then I have this little packet left over from something. It's about 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I think her recipe calls for 2, but since I did add a little bit extra meat, I am going to just add this whole packet in here. That doesn't even look like 3 tablespoons, but that's what it says on the back. A teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 and 2 teaspoons of chili powder, salt and pepper to taste. And again, I normally just do a light sprinkling over the top of each. And then 1 and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So I've got my heat turned down to about medium low. I'm going to mix all of this together and let it simmer for about 15 minutes.
Just like the saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Meanwhile, my sauce is done. So I've turned the heat off and I'm going to let it cool, as well as pull my bay leaves out. So there's 1. I'll probably just use my finger so I don't waste any of the sauce. I'll find the other one, but I'm gonna let this cool. Okay, my sauce has cooled and I got it into 3 freezer bags. So this is gonna be like 3 pasta dishes, or if I want to make a quick like a dip for pizza or breadsticks, or you know, whatever, lots of stuff, lasagna. The possibilities are endless, but at least I've got 3 different meat sauces in the freezer ready to go. Okay, and then dog food, still pretty warm because it was in the crock pot. I've had it off for about an hour, but I was able to, I'm pretty sure this is gonna last the entire month, but I'll definitely share that in the end of this month when I do my fridge, freezer and pantry like clean out and update what I've got left, my inventory at the end of the month. I'll let you guys know how this did. And if you guys are new, I have 2 big dogs. So this is Bella, she's a lab. And then this is Buford. He knows like I made him food, they know. This is Buford. He has a little bit of lab in him, but he's a mixture of a couple different breeds. So this is their food. I'm gonna get these 2 in the freezer. These containers work great in the freezer. And then this bigger one will go in the fridge. All right, and the sloppy joe. So I went ahead and put, this is way more than what my family will eat for one dinner. I did go ahead and put all of it in one dish. I'm going to get this in the fridge. I'm going to heat it up tonight for dinner, and then whatever is left over, I will put into a freezer bag and get in the freezer, and that way I have sloppy joes for another dinner, you know, during this month or in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we're having this for dinner tonight, and I made it ahead of time because my son has a baseball practice and it is right in the middle of dinner time. So we have to either eat super early, like right when the kids get home from school, not right, a little bit after, or eat really late at night and the kids stay up a little bit past their bedtime. But at least dinner is done and all I have to do is like throw some fries in the oven or something. Okay, dinner's check. I am prepped and ready to go. I love meal prepping. I do all kinds of meal prep. I'll have another one up here if you guys want to check it out. I don't just meal prep a dinner. It just depends. Every week is different. It depends on what I really need and what would help me out the most. So sometimes it's all getting my produce ready and set and just the easy stuff, lunches, breakfast. Like I said, it just depends. If you guys are new, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of yummy recipes coming to you guys this month. So hit that bell if you want to be notified. Give this video a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and I'll see you in the next one.